Well, they pay tribute to the band Steely Dan in a way that would make you think Steely Dan's right in front of you. They are incredible. Seen a couple of their performances already. Their Glamour Profession. Joining us right now, David Bolton, lead vocals, keyboards, Glamour Profession. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Dylan.
We also have Sue Turpin with us as well. Vocals, guitar, an all-around cool lady being part of this rock band.
Great to be here.
For sure. Nice to have you here. Okay, so the Music of Steely Dan is happening Friday, April 27th, Shankman Arts Center. David, why Steely Dan? Why is there this love for this incredible band?
Well, for me at least, their music really hits the sweet spot between rock and roll, which I love, and the world of jazz. So it's a fusion of those two forms, and it produces a wonderful sound that I just love, and I've loved it ever since I was a kid. So always wanted to do a band with Steely Dan music, and here we are. I have it.
So how many shows have you done at this point, paying tribute to the music of Steely Dan?
This coming show will be our 5th show.
5th. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sue, how long have you been a part of this?
Well, pretty much since it started about 3 years ago. And I was invited to provide some backup vocals to it, and they soon discovered that I play a bit of guitar, so I joined in with some guitar as well.
Very cool.
And I helped with the vocal arrangements, and just really sank my teeth in it. It's great music.
And you're a big fan, obviously?
Yes, more so in the last 3 years. Yeah, I've always known Steely Dan, knew the hits, but the more we delved into it, it was just, it was a whole new world.
Okay, well, as mentioned, it's happening Friday, April 27th, the Music of Steely Dan. How about we have a look, a sample right now, what to expect at Shankman Arts Center. There you have it, some of the big hits of Steely Dan. Now, since you played last in Ottawa, the sad news is one of the members passed away. Walter Becker passed away. So how does that impact you when you're on stage performing?
Well, during the show, we tell stories about Steely Dan and their lives and the music and how it all relates. And of course, for this next show, we will be emphasizing more about Walter Becker and his contributions to the music and his influences really to musicians around the world. So you know, it is a big deal that he's gone, and so we'll be honoring him a bit more in this coming show. Okay,
where do the stories come from? Because as mentioned, I have seen you perform a couple of times, and you're very in depth. Where do these stories come from?
Well, I mean, you know, as a fan of Steely Dan, I'm a bit of a student of Steely Dan and of their lives and music, and I've always been very interested in what is going on behind that song. What is that song about? And so it takes research, and you do learn that there are very interesting stories behind these songs.
Okay.
No short of discoveries.
Yeah, no shortage of discoveries. That's right.
I love that, though, when you have an artist or somebody paying tribute to an artist to find out more about where the songs, where the inspiration came from. Sue, what's your favorite Steely Dan song to be a part of, to perform?
Oh, I say this all the time. It's Babylon Sisters.
Yeah?
Yes, love the groove.
So that one's going way back, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just love the story or the sensations that it evokes, and you just kind of know when you're locked in that groove. It takes you to a whole different world.
And that's what music's all about?
Yeah.
Taking you to a whole different world. Can you tell us about some of the other members? So there's how many members of Glamour Profession are there?
Well, we're now up to 11 members.
Wow.
We used to be 10. Now we've added another member. We have some of the top musicians in the city actually playing in our band. Great jazz musicians. The horn players are the top jazz musicians. We've got René Lavoie, Vince Rimbach on horns, Chris Lane, and a new member, Paul Aguilan, who's part of the group now. And we also have Elise Letourneau, who's probably the top jazz singer in town. She'll be singing along with Sue, and we have Leanne McClellan, very well known.
Yeah, I know Leanne.
Yeah, you know Leanne. She's an amazing. She's been around town for a long time.
Yeah.
We have Ken Seeley, who's probably the best bass player in town now on our band, and we have Jean Huppé, who's a fantastic drummer.
And their resumes as well. I mean, I've noticed they played with some greats like the Temptations, Funk Brothers, Aretha Franklin. Some
Absolutely, that's right. These are very stellar musicians.
Okay, hey David, what songs will we hear? I mean, it's basically a greatest hits show.
Yeah, it's a greatest hits show. You'll hear most of Steely Dan's top hits. And then we sprinkle in some tunes that maybe people don't know but have great grooves.
But the fans will know.
Fun. The fans will know them. If you're a Steely Dan fan, you'll know all of them.
Yeah. Sue, how long is the whole performance?
Well, it'll be about 2 hours almost.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah,
2 hours of wall-to-wall Steely Dan.
Yeah.
With a break.
Yeah. Well, of course, you need a break.
A bit of a break.
To recharge, of course.
Exactly.
David Bolton, Sue Turpin, and thank you very much. And of course, to extended thank you to all the members of Glamour Profession for putting together this night. It's going to be a lot of fun. Friday, April 27th. Best way to get tickets, David?
Call the Shankman Arts Center, 613-580-2700, or you can go to shankmanarts.ca and buy your tickets online.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dylan, so much.
Thank you.
More daytime coming up on Rogers TV.